So about 2 months ago, I ruptured my Achilles, and I was on crutches in a cast for 2 weeks, and then in this boot here till now. So that was about 6 weeks at this point. The first 5 weeks, essentially, I was pretty reliant on crutches, and there were a couple things that I realized about how you can use them that I think is really helpful in getting by. One of them is how you can pick up the crutches with your armpits. One of the most annoying things is not being able to carry anything with your hands, and if I wanted to like bring some stuff out to work outside, then it would be this big ordeal of me crawling all over the floor, or me not being able to use my hands as well as I would like. So being able to hold these requires some strength and connection to your armpits. What I think about doing is just putting weight down first, and then I hug in. But I make sure when I hug in, I don't impinge any blood vessels or nerves. And the way that you do that is just by creating some muscle, like pump, in the same way you would get a pump in your bicep from doing a lot of curls. If you can create some of that same feeling in your lat, your chest, and some of the muscles around your armpit, then you'll feel pretty comfortable putting weight through the area. If I would just really relax, for one, my shoulders would come up, but even if I try to bring them down, there's the potential for me to impact some of the nerves there, which we don't want. You want to be able to feel like you've got some cushion formed by your muscles to protect your bones and protect the blood vessels. So if I were here, see how I'm doing that. Do it the other way. If I were carrying something with my left hand for some reason, notice turning right to be a little more difficult. I guess it might depend on which leg you're not using at this point. If you can put some weight there, then even better. But of course, don't if you can't. For some reason, you need both hands. Okay, kind of get by with that scooping. And again, when you put weight down, you're getting the force, the weight of your shoulder to push down in a way that actually supports your body. So obviously not how I'm using them on a regular basis. Most of the time I'm like this. The other big note about the crutch is just how you set it up, which I know seems really intuitive, but I think the crutches that I have right now actually are quite short for me, and this was the size that I was given. But you can see if I were to just kind of want to be lazy on them, I would come down into a really short position as opposed to me being up here. So if I'm trying to put weight down through these, I can do it, but not as well as I potentially could. So I'm going to switch these from 6 feet to 6'2", and then the 6'4", and see which looks better, feels better. So here's 6'2". Might not look like a huge difference, but I can definitely feel that I'm a little more tall in this position, and I can create that push down that suspends me a little easier. When I go to use these, I feel like I don't have to rely as much on the push from my elbow, and I can get more of my shoulder and my arm working together to create that. So this would definitely work for me, but I'm actually going to try the 6'4" setting. And this one I use for a time. Wasn't all the time, but it actually felt nice to have to stand this tall with the crutch and figure out how to move from there. So here, now it's really getting up into me. Need to make sure it's set well. And then, same thing. I create that lift off. I can still move them around and move with them. That's less comfortable than lower. Even here, I have to actually come off the ground every time, which I might not want to do. But it still feels good to press down. And I have another video about how you can actually do some of your rehab exercises with this setup, so check that out. I am going to do a part 2 for things I learned and thought about while I was using crutches that just helped keep me out of pain elsewhere. So be on the lookout for that.